Throughout my life, I've been attacked by many dogs on multiple occasions, and out of those attacks, 3 stand out. And by the end of this animation, I will tell you about all 3 of those attacks. I got my first dog when I was probably about 7 years old. Skippy. She was this beautiful black and white puppy, and I don't know what breed she was, probably a mutt. Skippy was given to us by an uncle, which he got from his white employers. Their race really doesn't matter to the story, I just felt like adding it to the story. And for the longest, I thought she was named after the peanut butter brand Skippy. Until recently, I was informed that she was named after Skippy, the bush kangaroo show. I'm too young to even know what that show is about. All I know is they got a kangaroo in there and it's named Skippy. When Skippy arrived to the crib, my other uncle and mom did not approve. I'm Ghanaian, and if you know anything about African parents or even foreign parents in general, you know these folks don't approve of dogs or even any form of pets. There's only a select few that actually like pets off the rip. And if you got any of those, dog, you're very lucky, cause I wish I was you. After my mom and uncle refused to keep Skippy, my cousins and I just rebelled and kept her. And that's the only way to get your way in an African home, or even a strict household. You just gotta rebel. It works sometimes, but not always. So play your cards right, fellas. Within a week, our parents fell in love with her. It even seemed like they were treating her better than us, your own kids. Got her a huge dog house, some bougie dog food, fancy dog bowls. Man, when I tell you, she was living like the queen. Skippy was my dog, man. I remember I had her track me one Saturday. I was scheduled to run in the fat race. Yeah, you heard that right, the fat race. In order for me to prep up for that big debut, I used Skippy as my racing partner. And it's so funny, cause whenever I be here, she will bite on my arm. Well, not really bite, it was more like a little nibble. Damn, I miss her. The meet came, and well, let's just say, I dusted every single fat kid on that track. Man, what a thing this was. I'm like that. Just to give y'all a glimpse of how much I love this dog. I used to give her my meals, like a whole piece of chicken, and then eat something else less filling. That's true love right there. After a while, it happened. My uncle wanted more dogs. An African man wanting more animals. It's unheard of. He wanted puppies. Didn't really want to sell them. He just wanted more dogs around the house. And I still don't get it, because the amount of poop Skippy produced, god damn, why would you want any more of that? But once his mind was made up, ain't no going back. My mom made a call, and boom, there was a Rottweiler in our yard. Fuji, that was his name. What a dumb name. The plan was to have Fuji stay with us for a little bit, until both dogs went into heat and he served its purpose. Then it was bye-bye. But things don't always go as planned. The first time I got attacked by a dog, it was a hot African afternoon. I was in a yard, probably doing something stupid. Around this time, both dogs were in heat, and I was 7. I had no idea that dogs turn into monsters when they're horny. I went looking for Skippy. I miss my dog. She got herself a new man and forgot all about me. And to my surprise, Fuji was in the grass, all cuddled up with Skippy. Like, who does this man think he is? I ain't gonna interfere with what they got going on. So, I just calmly walked right past them. Right as I get close, Fuji jumps up and starts growling. I stopped dead in my tracks. A reasonable human would have slowly backed up and walked away. But I wasn't reasonable. I began to taunt him, like, you ain't gonna do nothing. I'm like that. What? Now he's getting more furious. Now I'm kinda scared. I'm like, alright, calm down now. I start walking back slowly. He still ain't backing down. So I booked it. The moment I started running, he took off and launched at me, biting me in my arm. I screamed so loud that my mom and cousins were like, hold up, what the hell going on? They came rushing outside, and all you see is me on the ground, crying, blood dripping down my arm. Mom's like, what happened? Fuji just bit me. I got rushed to the hospital just to make sure Fuji ain't give me rabies. None of that. Just so y'all can visualize how deep the bite went. You could literally see my fat cells oozing out the bite wound. The bite got taken care of and I got sent home. Fuji did his thing, and 9 months later, Skippy popped up with puppies. The second time I got attacked by a dog, I was walking home after I had just bought one of my favorite foods at the time, fried rice with some fried chicken. Man, I can still smell that thing to this day. So, I'm on my way home, walking in an area which I know pretty well. I mean, I used to mess with everyone in the neighborhood, so everyone knew me around here. But today, I wasn't starting any problems. I just want to go home and demolish this thing right here. There was this little kiosk outside. I knew the people who owned the kiosk. Now, as I'm walking by the kiosk, a pit bull popped out of the side of a kiosk, scaring the living crap out of me. I'm pretty sure my reaction scared it too, because in an instant, it started growling. I'm like, not this again, bro. I'm just trying to chill. I began to back up slowly. This time, I'm not taunting it. I learned my lesson from the last time. I didn't know this dog at all. And for all I know, he could really be about that life. He keeps on getting closer. I say, screw it. I ain't got time for this. I took off running. This dog ain't know who I was. Didn't know I came first place in a fat race. I look back and this dog is right behind me. Now I'm panicking. I begin to stumble everywhere. The dog tried biting me. I hit it with a little weave. I'm hyped, thinking this dog ain't catching me. Then bang, it happened. I didn't get bit. No, this was far worse. I dropped my food. My precious fried rice had spilled all over the ground. Heartbreak. The pit bull just stopped, looked at me, stared at my food, and began eating it. The pain I felt, oof. I had to walk home with just sadness. Every time I saw that dog after that, I gave it the finger. He knew we had beef. Remember how I said Fuji had one job? Get Skippy pregnant, then dip? Well, he stayed. I guess he didn't want to be a deadbeat. After the incident, things were rocky between us. I already didn't like him to begin with. He helped make some cute puppies, so I gave him a pass. Man, these puppies were so cute. They had that little white fur mixed into that little Rottweiler fur. They were just the cutest little things. I got my own puppy. I named him Tickly because the first time I picked him up, he licked my face and it tickled. My mom ran him over. The third time I got attacked by a dog, I had just finished watching a movie with my cousins, and I was walking back to my mom's side of the house. It was late, around midnight, and I saw Skippy laying in the grass, all alone. Finally, he's not here. I got down and began to pet her. It's a year later, after the first attack, but it still didn't register in my head that the season was here again. I'm playing with Skippy, and she's all happy, and out of nowhere, that jealous dumbass of a dog Fuji comes out charging at me. Oh man, not this again. Felt like deja vu. I tried to hit him with my signature, you know, that little weave, but bam, it happened again. He bit me right in the ribs. I dropped to the floor. Whilst I'm on the floor, he goes for my butt, gets a nice bite right in there, then proceeds to claw all over my thighs and back. Mind you, it's midnight and my mom's asleep, so she can't hear me screaming for dear life. I finally got away and ran to the door. My mom meets me there, still partially asleep. I'm covered in blood. I went to the hospital again. We knew he didn't have rabies from the first attack, so I wasn't there for long. When I got home, Fuji was gone. They gave him away to a neighbor. Eventually, all the dogs got given away. I was fine after a while. Sad to say, I never saw Skippy again. Still miss you, shawty. And it's still middle fingers up to Fuji. Hey man, if you made it this far, you're a real one. To all the new subs, I just want to say welcome to the channel. If we could get 500 subs, that would be amazing. I just want to say thank you again. I'm gonna catch you in the next video. Take care, and I'm out.